Whenever the character Launch is discussed, instead of being remembered for her unique ability to change personalities, she is more known for the fact that she was totally forgotten by the author Akira Toriyama and will probably never be seen again. However, within this video, I will discuss how she wasn't actually completely forgotten like many fans believe. It was most likely written out of the series rather than forgotten. I will be using data from the Kazenshu website, which I believe is definitely credible, and I encourage you to check out their website for more interesting info on the series. So let's now get into the video. So this whole discussion started when Akira Toriyama did an interview back in 2003 while in New York. When questioned about Launch's disappearance after Raditz, he said, quote, "To tell you the truth, I totally forgot about her at one point, and then I remembered her after a while, and I had to think of a reason why she disappeared, so I made it seem as if she was running after Tien Shinhan." So straight away it appears that this is an easy explanation to why she disappeared for a number of years in the anime and completely disappeared in the manga, although this statement is contradictory to what actually happened. So Launch first appeared in chapter 26 of the manga titled Who's That Girl? It starts off with her meeting Goku after attempting to be arrested by the local police. Goku takes her to Master Roshi's house, and although rocky at first, she makes friends with the other characters and becomes a main member of the team. She then finally makes her last appearance within the manga in chapter 194, which was published in September the 27th of 1988. However, she is soon after briefly mentioned in chapter 196, published in October the 8th of 1988, when Bulma asks Krillin where Launch is, and he replies that she went chasing after Tien Shinhan. Already, the explanation that he mentioned in the interview for her disappearance is discussed in the story already, even though he made out that he came up with this explanation for her disappearance after having already forgotten about her, which doesn't make sense as these chapters detailing her whereabouts were published within a week and a half of each other. 1 year later, in July 1989, Launch makes an appearance in the Z anime for the first time. However, it was Toriyama who came up with this scene of her going after Tien Shinhan, showing that so far he hasn't forgotten about her. Furthermore, 1 year later, Launch appeared in a Christmas special published in December 1990. The same year, she also appeared across the tankobon through volumes 21 and 24. However, after 1990, there is no information regarding Launch until 1995, in which Toriyama planned to, in chapter 515, give Launch a guest star appearance when Goku was requesting energy for the Spirit Bomb. However, he later replaced her with Android 17 instead. Therefore, it is possible that between the Frieza arc and Buu arc, he did possibly forget about her. However, he never hints or mentions this time period within the interview. It is more likely though that he simply didn't know what to do with the character anymore and had no use for her. After all, he clearly remembers her up to 1990, and his intentions for the character were only written in dialogue and in one small Christmas special. I think it is clear that if he wanted to have brought her back into the manga completely, he would have done so instead of just mentioning her in dialogue. Furthermore, leading up to Battle of the Gods, in an interview Toriyama discusses the backstory of Tien after the end of Z and mentions how Launch was pursuing Tien. However, she wasn't cut out for farming and left him after a couple of days, but still drops him from time to time. Again, Toriyama clearly seems to remember her after all these years, and the original direction of the backstory he gave Launch all the way 25 years previous again once shows that he hasn't forgotten about her completely, and indicates that if he wanted to include her into the story, in Battle of the Gods for example, he definitely could have. And was probably put aside like Upa, who coincidentally was written to come in contact with Launch in the Z anime by Toriyama and wasn't seen within the anime until the Buu arc, just like Launch, but maybe he is saving her for after the time skip. In conclusion, based off tidbits of information over the years regarding interviews and whatnot, Toriyama clearly didn't completely forget Launch, and his interview regarding her disappearance is contradictory to the original serialization of the series. If he did possibly forget her, the only possible time could have been between chapters 194 and 196, but as I mentioned, these were published only within a couple of weeks with each other, and it seems highly unlikely that he would have forgotten her within that period of time. Or it could have been possibly that he forgot about her during the Frieza and Buu arc, but that is strictly speculation. So thanks everyone for watching this video, and yes, I know that the term debunk is thrown around a lot in the Dragon Ball community, but I felt that this video would shed some light on a very common misconception. So once again, thank you and goodbye.